Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know what time it is. It's time for Papa's Comic Books and Coffee. All right, today's episode will be the reading of The New Mutants, number 45, 75 cents back in 1986. This is We Were Only Foolin' by Chris Claremont and Jackson Weech. Remember, if you're interested in this book or any other ones, they are available on my eBay webpage, papas-comic-books. Okay, let's get into it. All right, at first glance, let's move this closer here so we can see it. At first glance, Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters looks much like any other highbrow private academy. Appearances can be deceiving. Its students are unique, gifted with special powers that set them apart from the rest of the humanity. Trouble is that also makes them the objects too often of suspicion, fear, and even hatred. Only here, among people like themselves, can the new mutants have even the illusion of safety. For all of that, they're still teenagers, brimful. Oops, I forgot to move that down. They're all teenagers, brimful of the utterly normal thoughts, dreams, drives, hopes, fears, desires, needs, you name it. So when Principal Annalee Hogarth of Salem Center High invited them, and Kitty Pryde, member as Shadowcat of the school's senior team, the X-Men, to the spring mixer, nothing short of the end of the world could keep them away. I'll have a little time with the setup here. Okay. Can't carry all of you. How are we going to get there? Relax, Cannonball. That's my job. And in a flash of blinding light, Ilyaya Rasputin magic teleports her teammates to limbo, an arcane realm beyond space and time of which she absolute monarch. And from there to the high school. Okay, y'all, let's get changed before anyone sees us in our uniforms. I hate hiding what we truly are. I'm proud of being a new mutant, as I am being Cheyenne. Just once I'd like to show it. Me too, Danny. But are you ready to face the consequences? Listen up, guys. We're here to have fun. Let's party. We Were Only Foolin', starring the New Mutants. The music is loud, the lights bright, the beat hot. And every kid present is trying their best to have a great time. Yo, Murray, catch the web, catch the weeb. Ain't he one of those stuck-up private school snots from Xavier's? The Asylum for Gifted Youngsters? Ooh, am I impressed or what? Let me guess what makes him so special. Slumming with us common folks, Guthrie. So got it, those awful clothes. Dogs. Such insults should be answered, Samuel, in kind of or blood. They're just words, Amara. I've heard worse. Besides, the figure got the last laugh since their favorite rock star, Lily Cheney, is my girlfriend. Those creeps knew that. They would just die. Band ain't bad. Care to dance? But you ain't living there anymore. It is nothing like that I was taught back home in Nova Roma. You're one of the new mutants. However, as they begin, the song ends. Shoot, just my luck. Another time, perhaps. That toad. Of all the lousy, he only danced with me to get close to Ileana. I knew it was a mistake letting her drag me here. I'd have had a better time dating a pet dragon. Observation, self, friends, man, X-Men, Kitty Pryde, manifesting signs of distress. So would I, Warlock, if I were in her shoes. Query, what is self, friend, fellow, new mutant Bobby DeCosta Sunspot doing? What comes naturally, of course. Shall we slip away to somewhere more private, Menina? and make our own music? Lead the way, Roberto. Does everybody have a partner but me? Ah. Self-friend Bobby Sunspot is practicing social intercourse, subset alternate gender, nonverbal communication. Self will observe. The heck you will. Ow. Pull yourself back together. When you're in public, you stay, in human form no matter what. Self-sorry. Never mind that. Danny's got trouble. Come on, sweetheart. You want a good time, and I'm the guy to give it to you. Not interested. Sure you are, honey. This bozo bothering you. See? Huh. Who, I? Big brother beggar. Temper real short. Fuse, get my drift? Observation human got message, and then some. I never realized letting Warlock watch that Bowery Boys Bogart Cagney triple feature would come in so handy. My heroes. Query will chief friend Danny, Moonstar, John, and instruct self. In motion relationships, too variable to environmental harmonist. A dance? Thanks, Warlock, but not tonight. Leaving so soon, Danielle? I'm feeling really beat, sir. I'm heading home to the school. Good night, sir. Thanks for inviting us, Miss Hogarth. Poor Magneto. He looks as out of place here as I feel. I wonder if taking over our headmaster more than he bargained for. Ooh-ah. My poor head is ringing. How can anyone stand such a noise? They'll be stone deaf before they're 20. And that crowd. I hate crowds. Comes from growing up alone in the mountains, I guess, too darn solitary by nature. Also, there was the weirdest vibration in the air, really set my nerves on edge, like looking at a clear sky and feeling certain that a bad storm's coming. Oh well, whatever happens will happen. Nobody's about to lights way out here. Should be safe enough to whistle down bright. And in answer to the young Cheyenne's call, every time I see him, I get such a thrill. It's fantastic enough being a mutant, part of a school mutants, the best friends I've ever had, co-leader of a team of novice superheroes, but as well to be the chosen rider of one of the winged horsemen of the fabled Asgard home of the Norse gods. I have to keep reminding myself that this isn't some incredible dream, it's real. The only drawback is that with the bright wind comes the power of the Valkyries. To see those about to die, and if I wish fight death itself to save them. Heck with my ancestry. I should be used to hopeless causes and impossible odds. What's that? I saw bumper stickers like that in Colorado. Okay, instead of mutants, they said redskins. Some things, some attitudes never change. Wow, oh wow, that girl, that horse. I don't believe my eyes. Does it mean she's like me? I only saw her for a moment. My light sculptures don't do her anywhere near justice. She's from Xavier School. I wish I knew her name. I saw a light. I wonder if there's some way to meet. I saw a light, Michael. Danielle, is that you? Why, hello, Larry. Michael, I'd like to introduce a recent transfer student to Salem Center. Hi, Larry Bodine. Larry, this is Michael Xavier, headmaster of Xavier School. He's been kind enough to help chaperone this dance. What are you doing out here, Larry? Nothing. I mean, I'm not doing anything wrong, drinking or drugs or stuff like that. I just wanted to be by myself. Believe me, I understand how rough this must be for you. A new town, new school, having to make new friends, but you can't run away from and hide forever. So march back inside, Larry, and rejoin the party. Who knows, you might even find yourself a friend. Enjoy yourself, Kitty. You're sure thing, Professor, having a wonderful time. Wouldn't have missed it for the world. Can I go home now? Perhaps first, young lady. You wouldn't mind sharing a dance with Larry? Why not? Please don't put yourself out. I don't want to be a bother. No sweat, no bother. I'm Kitty Pryde, Larry Bodine. You handled that well. It's partly knack, partly experience. Trouble is, a principal usually learns more from his failures than his success. It must drive Kitty crazy to see all the boys flock like moths to her roommate's flame. She, as lovely as Alanya, in her own way, is just there, too blind to see their loss, hopefully Larry's gain. Teenagers, I fear I'll never understand them. Give yourself a chance. Practice makes perfect. I really envy those so few students, Michael, that you've time to give each them individual attention. No matter how much I pay them, it never seems to be enough. And there's always the fear that the moment you turn away is the one they need you most. Gross. Bobby DaCosta has the style of a dumpster and the morals to match. I should have such fun. Hey, I wouldn't pull anything like that. Excuse me. Just my luck. Chill out, Larry. I wasn't talking about you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Forget it. Like some punch. Sure. Really stupid classic jerk. Put my foot in that. That time for sure. But how to start again without making things worse? Be simpler just to die. He's nice. She's nice. Gotta watch my act. I don't want to blow this. How many muties does it take to screw in a light bulb? That's so old. Muties don't need light bulbs, fool. They glow in the dark. Careful with that bottle, or Eagle Eye Hogarth will see you. But she's a mutie. Yeah, she's ugly enough. You know, Bodine, you're such a rat-faced, geeky little dweeb. It's got to be that you're a mutie. Am I right, gang, or what? I am not. I am not. Don't say that. Don't call me that. Take it back. It isn't true. Anything the matter, Larry? No, only guys mouthing off. I think they spiked the punch. We sure hit a nerve. Hey, I got an idea. Let's threaten Bodine with those professional mutie hunters X Factor. Give the kid a break, Rick. Relax, Shirley. We're not actually going to call them, only pretend to. His reaction was so extreme, maybe we shouldn't fool with him. You going to wimp out on us, babe? Trust me, nothing's going to happen, except that we're going to have some laughs at Bodine's expense. Where's the harm? Sometime later, as the dance winds down, the Mutants decide to head over to their favorite hangout, Harry's Hideaway, to continue the party a while longer. Want to join us, Larry? You mean it, Kitty? Wouldn't have asked otherwise. Who that was, some punch. I shouldn't have brought you seconds, or thirds, or fourths, or fifths. Boy, oh boy, am I going to regret this in the morning. I like him. I like her a lot. Does she feel the same? Where will we go from here? Calm down, Tiger. You're getting way ahead of yourself. What's this? No. We know who you are. We know what you do. And we're going to tell the X Factor. Ready, Larry? Yeah, all set. You okay? Fine. It's a body allowed to have nerves on a first date? That's sweet. Is that regard, chum? You're not alone. Shall we boogie? Much later, at the junction of Graymalkin Lane and Route 126, Kitty and that guy Larry have been dancing up a storm since we arrived. I think it's the start of something. Bite your tongue, Sam Guthrie. Self-recollect strong emotional attachments between self-friends Doug and Kitty. We were friends and we still are. That's as far as it goes. My roomie has better taste than that. Don't be mean, Ilyana. He's a perfect gentleman, a proper beau for any girl. But Kitty is not simply any girl, Rain. Nor are you, nor Elanya, nor I. Our powers set us apart. How would he react to learn that I can channel the heat of the Earth's molten core through my body to heat a meal, or create a volcano, or that Kitty herself can walk through walls? Fellas so high on cloud 9, he probably wouldn't notice or care if she did. There is great, wonderful. She's beautiful. She really likes me. What should I do? Hold her close, kiss her. Oh yes, oh no, I'll do it wrong, clumsy, too many people, they'll laugh. Wait for the moment, but how will I know when it comes? I could make her a light sculpture that impress her and her friends, or scare them. That flyer X Factor who planted it. Who knows the truth about me? Suppose Kitty hates muties. Earth to Larry. You still there, chum? Nope, just beamed up away and warped away. Should I tell her, trust her? I don't know. If you've got a problem, Larry, if you want to talk, I'm willing to listen. That's the spirit, Florence. Prydangle, or is it Kitty Freud? Put a sock in it, Alanya. Hey, I heard this neat joke, the latest thing at school. How many muties does it take to screw in a light bulb? They're not laughing. I told it wrong. What to do? Tell another. A mutie walks into a bar. Speaking of walking, it's past time we were on our way home. They're really angry. What have I done? Why'd I tell those stupid jokes? All I wanted was to impress them to belong. Kitty, wait. Can I call you? See you again? I thought you were a nice kid, Larry. My mistake. Please. Goodbye, Larry. It's over. I opened my big mouth and ruined everything. He doesn't feel any better after the long, bitter, miserable walk across town. His hand constantly reflexing, clenching, crumpling, playing with the X Factor flyer in his jacket pocket. Deal with mutants, it says. But how? Well, they take my power away. Is that possible? Or put me in jail? Kill me? What gives them the right? I haven't done anything, hurt anyone. Why pick on me? It isn't fair. Big deal. Life isn't fair. That's what Dad always says. He should know with me for a son. This is an important trip for him and Mom. I'm only supposed to call if it's an emergency. What do I say? Hi, Dad. I'm feeling lousy and lonely. He'll ask why. Do I tell him then what I am and what it's doing to me, or clam up as usual? He'll ask if I can wait. If it can wait, because the call's long distance and that costs money. What the heck? I'm a big boy. I'm supposed to be able to take care of myself. Maybe I'll feel better if I get drunk. Never done it before. What the heck? You only live once. Why not go for the gusto? Yuck. How can anyone stomach this gunk? It tastes awful. Great, just great. I'm such a wimped out geek I can't even get plastered. Man, I'm so tired. I wish I could sleep. But the minute I lie down, bingo, wide awake. Beware, do not enter forbidden zone. Folks figure my locking my room is just an adolescent phase. If they only knew the truth. Shuttle's the only piece I've done lately worth keeping. I was really hoping I could show it to Kitty. Maybe I should phone. It's too late. Blast, my concentration is the pits tonight. I can't cohere a stable image. Wish I could relax. But how can I with that X Factor outfit after me? This is crazy. I feel like a criminal. In X Factor's eyes, I guess I am. Otherwise, why would they be in business? If they take away my power, I'd rather be dead. I was right. There was something special about Larry. He's a mutant just like us. Oh, wait till I tell the others. They'll be so surprised and pleased because everyone mostly liked him till he told those silly, hurtful jokes. I knew he didn't mean them. But as the young Scots werewolf Rain Seclair races excitedly into the night, we call them Mutie. X Factor's on their way. You're done for. The following morning, as Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, the secret home of the new mutants, what's burning? Magma. It's her. Turn to cook breakfast. But get too close, she's hot. Can't you see her using the Amara? Certainly, Douglas, but this is more fun and excellent practice in refining my controls over my abilities. You see the house on fire, girl? You flunk. Hotcakes, and they smell delicious. Flatterer, you would say so if they were burned cinders. Sam, Dan, Kitty, everyone. Excuse me, Rain, but Could that wait a moment? Aye, headmaster, of course. I have an announcement that concerns you all. I've just been informed by Mr. Hogarth, principal of the Salem Center High School, that one of her students, who many of you may have met last evening, Larry Bodine. Let me fix this here. Larry Bodine. What about Larry Bodine? Later, during a scheduled class in the Danger Room, the underground training complex where the New Mutants hone their use of their various powers as individuals, and he hung himself. What could be so awful, Danny, to make someone do that? I don't understand. I sensed my wrongness at the dance. It must have been a Valkyrie premonition on Larry's death. Had I stayed, had I known, I might have been able to help even prevent it. But I didn't. I've learned painfully, Doug, that I can't save everyone. We try our best, but don't always succeed. Missed me, Sunspot? You teleported. That's what I do, dummy. Your test is to catch me, if you can. You asked me. The boy was a coward. He could not face the real world, so he ran away. Eh? You live, you die. It happens. Them's the breaks. His problem, his decision, his fate, not ours. Got you. That cutie depends on your point of view. That cutie depends on your point of view. A moment later, both are back from Magic's Eldritch domain in Limbo. Bobby boy, you look positively scrumptious. My pet demons did such a nice job of tying you up. Here, why don't you finish my apple? What makes you think, sorcerers, that your monsters or their pathetic chains are a match for Sunspot's strength? Excuse me. Observation violent. Contact with cell phones hostile extremely will result in considerable systems disruption to self. This is to be avoided. Query life glow, it's much precious of all things. Why would person Larry extinguish, especially without offering energy to another to sustain him or her? Perhaps we had no warlock to turn to in times of trouble. Among my people, it is no disgrace to take your own life to atone for some ultimate transgression or when trapped in an utterly hopeless situation. As a last gesture of defiance to your enemies, being among the New Mutants has taught me anything, it is that there are always possibilities, and that the worst crime imaginable is to yield to despair. Meanwhile, across town, neat as a pin, stylish as the latest magazine layout, not much humanity, but then Larry said his family had only just moved in. I'm only a child. I know rough that can be sometimes. I shouldn't be here. It's wrong to snoop, but I couldn't stay away. I have to know what kind of person Larry really was. Learn what made him do this terrible thing, and if I'm to blame. Did I, the way I treated him last night, push him over the edge? Magneto said the housekeeper found him in the basement. I can't go down there, not yet, phasing herself so that she literally walks on air. Shadowcat slips through the ceiling and with equal ease. Looks like Larry's room, as cluttered as mine. Challenger, a solid hologram. Sculpture made out of light. It's beautiful, impossible, the colors. Oh no, I touched it. What have I done? Nothing left. It's completely disintegrated. My fault. I acted without thinking and destroyed it. Just like Larry. And for the time, she cries, then sits silent and sad, then cries some more. Until, what's this? Some sort of ad flyer outfit called the X Factor? Are they for real? There's writing on the back. They're coming to get me. Where can I go? What can I do? What's the point if I can't create? Why do they hate me? What have I done? I'm alone, nothing left, no way out. I'm sorry. Oh, Larry, I'm sorry too. You were a mutant like us, but we never knew. I followed him home last night, Wolfbane. He seemed so sad and hurt. What he said to us was stupid and cruel, but I sensed he had a good heart. I meant to tell you all, but everyone was in bed when I returned home and fell asleep. And in the morning, it was too late. It's not your fault. He was scared, boxed in. If anyone's responsible, it's the people who sent him this. You saw his work, Rain. Imagine what he could have done. All that beauty lost forever. What a waste. The Spaline scents are on this paper. I'll find them and the holy rood. I'll make them pay, she howls, pouring her heart and into the song of pain and loss and vengeance. What? Jim, let's go away. I can't. We must marry. But my baby. Tell me this is a dream, Jim. Please, dear Lord, let Larry be all right. I wish I could, Mary, but our son is dead. Salem Center Mall. It's a long trail, and Rain follows it alone, her using her incomparable lupin senses. As day collapses into dreary night, her rage grows. It wasn't so long ago that she was hunted across the highlands of the native Scotland. She'd done no harm. Yet these people whom she'd known her entire life sought her death because she was different and therefore to them a creature of evil. Thanks to her guardian, Moira Magentarga, she'd escaped to join the Mutants and find a friendship, the family she'd always yearned for. Larry Bodine wasn't so lucky. Her fate could have been his, or his fate hers. Rain's wolfen transitional form, part human, part wolf, combines the best elements of both species. She can stand erect and thereby blend into the crowd, while her ultra-keen perceptions lead her unerringly to her quarry, her prey. What the heck was that? Some dog, who cares? That was no dog, Simone. Fine, Farga. It was a werewolf. Come to rip our hearts out, okay? Satisfied? No less than we deserve. Don't get mental, Diana. It wasn't our fault how we're to know Bodine would freak like that. I warned you, Peter. Give us a break, girl. It wasn't as if we knew Geek. And besides, the way I heard, he really was a mutie. So where's the stinking harm? That's kind better off? You're sick, Peter. You sure you want to go through with this, Wolfbane? They killed Larry. Shouldn't they pay for it? Their blood for his? I know how you feel, Rain. When you're a wolf, I share your thoughts. That's how we found you. But look at them. Really look, listen to what they say and how they say it. They're paying Rain some haven't realized it yet. Maybe some never will, but they are, and they'll continue to for the rest of their lives. Killing them wouldn't put an end to their punishment. It'd be an act of mercy. Those are words, Danny. I need to do something. We all do, Rain. We can't bring Larry back, but perhaps we can ensure he didn't die for nothing. The next day at Salem Center High School. What are you going to do, Kitty? What are you going to say, Kitty? I don't really know, Sam. I was up all night wrestling with my conscience. In our own way, we are as scared as Larry. We want to be accepted to live normal lives. But how can we if we keep hiding behind masks and secret identities and the walls of our school? See, guys, that's the point. We have each other to lean on. Larry was alone. Whatever you decide, we're with you all the way, even if that includes telling who we really are. Like I am now. If it was just me, I'd phase right through the podium. But I have the right to compromise the identities of the right mutants and my fellow X-Men, as well as if they could said I could. I'm terrified. So what am I going to do about it? First time out with my new glasses. Wonder how I look. Some of you know me, most don't. I'm here because I guess I knew Larry Bodine. But that isn't saying much. I hardly knew him at all. If I had, maybe he wouldn't be as at this memorial assembly. Who was he? Then, what gathered to mourn him? Who am I? A four-eyed, flat-chested brat chick, brain Herbie stuck-up Xavier snob freak? Don't like the words I used? Use nicer? I've heard worser. Who here hasn't, so often, so casually, that maybe we've forgotten the power that we have to hurt? Nigger, spick, wop, slope, faggot, mutie. The list is so long and so cruel. Their labels put downs and they hurt. But usually we laugh it off or hit back with words of our own or fist. We suffer in silence. No big deal. This is the rough edge of reality. Right? Why make a fuss? Trouble was when someone labeled Larry Bodine a mutie, they hit home because he was. His power created beauty. That's it. He did what light and power, what Mozart did with music, and he wanted nothing more than to be accepted by his peers and possibly even liked. And isn't that what any of us really want? To have friends, people to care for us, not to be alone. If we're lucky, we have someone to turn to. Larry didn't. He thought if people knew the truth, they'd stop seeing him and see only the label, the brand, his personal scarlet letter. So he hid the truth and lived in terror of being discovered. He even joined in when others mutants put down. What mattered the cost to his soul if it made his life a little better? That's the tragedy. That's the shame. Think of what you say. Imagine it being said about you. It's easy to make fun, real easy to be cruel. Try sometime being in the receiving end. If we're to learn anything from Larry's death, it should be this. If you want to know who I am, I'm Catherine Pride. That's the only thing that matters. The rest are just labels. Ooh, that was a long reading of The New Mutants, number 45, 75 cents from back in 1986. Once again, if you're interested in this book or any other book, it is available on my eBay webpage, papas-comic-books. Well, I hope you liked it. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, give it a thumbs up, tell me what you think. And as I always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa out.